Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box with the Technical Trader at techtrader.com. It is Thursday, the 9th of November. These are the charts of the day. The market had a pretty lousy day today, although the rally at the end of the day brought it back quite a bit. And a lot of stocks we watch and or traded and or swinging did well. So we'll go over some of them. But it's a tentative market out there, and I don't like the rally today because it came right back to resistance near the gaps. And if they close there, and I've seen that a lot, where the market would come down, rally back to resistance, the next day down again. So tomorrow's going to be an important day. Starting off with Collegium, a stock I put on as a swing a day or two ago. This stock was interesting to me because it popped, pulled back, held support, and today really ripped. It jumped 268 or 27% on almost 3 million shares and appears to have broken the major declining tops line. Now, the next objective would be to take out the resistance around 1345.50 up here. We do that, we're headed to 17 and then 21. That looks good, and it's a huge short position, 22.4 days to cover. CRC, well, this also looks great here, and pulled back to support, filled the gap, and then popped again. Watch this one carefully. If volume comes in through 1750, I'm looking for 20 and 24. There's 12 and a half days to cover on that one. Carrizo, some of these oil and gas stocks with oil now $57 a barrel plus, starting to really look much better. You can see this broke the declining tops line, pulled back, tested the 50 as the moving averages crossed over, and then it made a new high. I'm now looking for the stock eventually to take a run up towards the 30 range, but for now the intermediate target would be, or the next first target would be about 22 and a half, something like that, right about there. Let's see if we can get it up there, and then maybe we can get it to run towards 27.8, maybe 30. This one's got 3.9 days to cover. ECYT, we've been talking about for a month, ever since it exploded and pulled back in a three-wave corrective falling wedge. It looks like it's trying to pop out. Today it moved just across resistance. That resistance comes in about 530. Today's high was 533. So nothing significant yet, and the volume wasn't big enough, but it appears it may be getting ready. Your first stop is 6.5 for a retest of this area. And then we're looking at 8, 9 zone. That should be interesting. 2.8 days to cover on that. IBC swing trade looking good as it popped out across multiple tops, and today followed through nicely, up 80 cents or almost 5%, 1.3 million traded. The major declining tops line is being tested right here. If it breaks through this one, we're looking at 20, and then maybe 24.5. This one's got nearly 24 days to cover as well, right there. MRNS, steady as she goes, a nice falling wedge to the 50, and then it moved up in a choppy fashion, but today popped up to test the spike high from October 6th when it hit 822, today's high 809. We get through here, we're looking at mid-range of 10, and then maybe in the 1450 range eventually. MX, well, this recent swing looks good. I like the way it closed across this triple top. It's going to have to take out tomorrow morning 12 and a quarter. Today's high was 12.15. If it does that, it's likely to take out the high at around 12.75, our next target. If we get through that, I'm looking for 14.15, etc. 7.5 days to cover on that. Nektar is doing great. After breaking out, this swing is exploding, having gone from 25 to 32 and a half. A huge move in just a few days. With 12.7 days to cover, the shorts should squeeze on this one. And he pulled back near the 29.30 range as a buy for a move to 35, in my opinion. And Nutanix also moving. It appears that with the move today, I think it's going to take that triple top out. The targets are 30 and 32. It may see 33.4 zone. 5 days to cover on that one. Huge day for Overstock. That was beautiful. After the slow orderly retreat on lower volume, today it popped on big volume. 6.65 million. The stock popped 12.30. That's 31%. And with 6.2 days to cover, I don't think this is done yet. This Bitcoin play is had some big news today, and the volume was the biggest it's ever traded. It might accelerate in here into the 60 range, my next target. Ring, the software application stock, Ring Central, broke out of a coil today. Breakaway gap, popping 390 or almost 9% on 1,000,002. This looks pretty attractive. Right now, it pretty much has free reign to run as this is an all-time high. And we might get it up towards the, I would say 53.4 range is my next target. 2.9 days to cover. Huge day for Roku as well, up 55%. That's a $10.35 gain. 33 million shares. The falling wedge, to say the least, was broken, and the all-time high after the IPO from about a month ago was tested. That's 29.80. Today's high was 29.44. You get through that, look for 33.35 zone. Solar Edge with spectacular earnings and a really strong move today, up 630 or 19.4%. 2.8 million shares traded. That's the biggest in 4 months on a breakout day, although it is near the top of the channel. Very well might accelerate, and low to mid 40s is my near-term target with 6.5 days to cover. Silica is a swing that we put on a couple days ago when it broke out. It stalled yesterday in an inside day, but if you look at today's action, it resumed the advance, I think. A higher close. Let's get this above 36. We're on our way to 38 and 42. There's nearly 7 days to cover on Silica. Junior Oil, SM Energy, also similar to several stocks we've been following. CRC, Carrizo, WLL, etc. I'll go over that later. But 4 or 5 of these junior oils look great in here. This is an inverse head and shoulder breakout and a little wedge. Today it popped, didn't break out, but it did go up $1.43, almost 7%, and it traded 6.7 million. So I would have to say at this point, I'm looking for a run to 25.6 and then 30. 5 days to cover short. Another company in the sand fracking group, along with Silica, is SND, Smart Sand. You can see today's action popped at $1.09 or 15%, and with 5.4 days to cover, I think we're going to extend. Right now, the next target is about 10.5, 3/4. Following that, we might or have a chance to get up towards 14. Triton, an old swing of ours, continues to look good. Since the November lows, around 11.5, the stock has ripped and gone up 300% in a year. Today it popped another 220 or 5.3%, or nearly 800,000, which is the biggest volume we traded in 2.5 months. Even though that's the top of this channel, the feeling here is that this might accelerate or at least change directions. And at this point, I would look for something closer to, I would have to say, extrapolating out here, around 50. VRX extending its move from the other day and broke through, cleanly broke through resistance on solid volume of 28 million shares. You can see that now that it's up through here, we have a shot at 17, maybe 18.5. And then WLL, the oil stock I just mentioned, also has broken out, taken out resistance here. I have a target on this one that could get it, well, let's just say this. If the stock gets up in this range and gets through 30, the target's 36 and 41. 4.87 days to cover on this one. And finally, Zyme, I think 2 days ago broke out, stalled, now moving again. It was up another 70 cents or 6.4%. Zyme isn't big enough yet, but I think we're going to test the declining tops line and lateral price resistance, both of which come in around 15. That's it for tonight, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow.